Guys, I don't even have my microphone on me right now, but this thing pissed me off so bad that I have no choice but to roast this dude right now on his projected 2026 Senate forecast. Hello everyone, welcome back to another video with On Point Politics. Make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe if you want more content just like this. So 18 minutes ago, I literally put, I'm gonna smoke you in my next video because this is the biggest rage bait, clickbait Senate forecast I've ever seen in my entire life. So this is for the 2026 Senate midterms. And he has, and just to give you guys an idea, let's actually go back and look at the previous time these seats were up for grabs. Guys, these seats have not been up since 2020, and we'll just go ahead and take a look at some of the results. Smith won his seat in Minnesota by 5.2. Lujan won it by 6.1%. Colorado, not even over a 10-point win. Warner, 12. Maine, Collins won that race by 9 points. And that's kind of an unusual seat that the Republican wins that seat in Maine, despite Biden winning the presidential race by like over 7, give or take, or probably closer to 9 actually. But now they have the Democrat winning by 7.5. Yes, guys, she is a lot weaker now, considering that she's losing a lot of the base that originally has supported her. And the fact that Trump was on the ballot actually really helped out Collins in 2020. And with her kind of like backstabbing the base and Trump not being on the ballot, the Senate race will be a lot closer, but it's not going to be a 7-point loss. Plus 17 in New Hampshire. I mean, I have it roughly, give or take, at about plus 13. So that one's decent, but still a stretch at that. Looking at Ohio, a 2-point race in Ohio for the Republican. I'm just going to say this right now. That's not what I'm seeing. I'm currently looking at about a 9 to 11 point race in the state of Ohio for that Senate forecast. I mean, we could even just mark down all of my, ratings right now. I mean, all of these seats that you see here are basically in the safe column. I mean, Iowa is roughly, give or take, a 20-point win in my forecast, and this buffoon has it at plus 10. This Senator Ernst is kind of funny because, yes, she is going to be facing a lot of problems this year, but with the national environment that we're heading in with the current national polling, it's not looking very hot for Democrats in Iowa, considering all the demographics. And so it actually seems like she might win that race somewhat easily. Again, it depends on, certain, factors, but that seat has actually been trending to her over time. Now, if the Senate polling's like really close, then obviously the race will be a little bit closer because she isn't a strong incumbent per se. She actually is one of the senators that's been kind of backstabbing the Trump base quite a bit. But that seat has been trending to her for quite some time. The state of Florida, the same thing. I mean, that seat's just been trending Republican. 16-point race in the state of Florida right now for that seat. And that's going to be Ashley Moody's seat. So that's that. I mean, this guy freaking has Texas at plus 10. Cornyn is not winning by 10 points, guys. He's going to have a hard time. I only have him winning by 6 points in the Senate. And you have Ohio at about a 9-point win, not 2 points. So just FYI, not a 2-point race. Oregon, he's got Oregon at plus 24. I mean that's not happening, guys. It's not going to be plus 24. I have it significantly closer. That seat's trending away from the incumbent. I do have Colorado at about only 8 points. So that senator actually is going to underperform their 2020 performance given this national environment. They're not a very strong incumbent. So plus 21, plus 22 is not happening. Same thing with this. This incumbent's actually not even that strong of an incumbent either. This seat, I actually have it at only plus 3 in the state of New Mexico right now, given all of the national polling data. Alaska, we have it at 20. Illinois coming in at a strong 19 points. Minnesota coming in at about 4.3% right now. It was 5.2 in the last election. I expect that Senate candidate to underperform. He underran Biden on the generic ballot. And Gray Peters, this guy is hilarious because everybody's like, oh, why'd he drop out? Why did he drop out? It's because the seat has been trending away from him so hard. Like, look, 13.3 percentage point win in 2014. In 2020, he only won it by 1.7%. 1.7%. That is an abysmal performance. And this seat was like a plus 29 seat back in 2008. So just saying, the seat has been trending super Republican for the past forever, for the past 12 years essentially now. And by the time we get there, this seat's going to be a pretty easy seat. And now without the incumbency on the ballot, right now it's projected to be a 5.5 point win in the state of Michigan, especially given freaking Pete Buttigieg out of all candidates. The Virginia seat's coming in at D+11. That seat's been trending away from Republicans from quite some time. The North Carolina seat also seems to be a pretty easy win for Republicans as well. And in the state of Georgia, it actually comes in at about D+1. So it seems like Ossoff actually holds ground there right now. But again, there's no Senate polling averages that I've included. I haven't, provided, any increases in population, the migrant, political index that hasn't been included, spending on campaigns and campaign events hasn't been included. So obviously that's going to affect a lot of these races. But I mean, overall, right now, the baseline with the current environment is just about a D+1 in the state of Georgia. That state's been trending very Democrat. But this guy has it at freaking D+6, and he has North Carolina at D+3. Those are not going to be happening, at least as of right now. And Florida at 8.6 ain't happening either, by the way, just FYI. Plus 16 in freaking Virginia, yeah, sure, definitely. There's no freaking way that's going to happen. It's not. That's not happening. Delaware coming in at D+19, New Jersey at +13. New Hampshire, his New Hampshire's okay. I have Maine pretty close. It's about a 2-point race, give or take. I do have a lot of the latest registration data plugged in to some of these states. But yeah, the state of Maine is coming in at about 2 points for Susan Collins. She is going to underperform in that seat. And then you have Massachusetts and Rhode Island. So this is kind of what I have the Senate looking like. The Republicans pick up the state of Michigan as of right now, again, with a very weak general candidate and no incumbent. That's really reflecting on why the result is so lopsided towards the GOP. Again, when you include the polling and the money that's being poured into the race, it's obviously going to be a lot closer. But I actually think that Republicans are going to have an easier time flipping the Michigan Senate seat than the Georgia Senate seat, to be honest with you. That's just kind of my personal opinion on the whole race. But if you guys did enjoy this video, I mean, this guy's model is just an absolute disaster. Like D+14 for Smith, really? Like, that's not happening, guys. There's no way that this is going to be the map for the midterms come 2026. Unless it's a very blue environment or a very neutral, wave, then yeah, sure. But this is not going to be holding up even as of right now. If you look at the current polling data, this is more closer to reality of what the Senate map would actually look like than whatever this guy is concocting over here at the race to the White House. Logan Phillips, it's absolutely ridiculous. But this is why we have this YouTube channel, to go over accurate polling data, to go over the best modeling that you can find online. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like button and to subscribe if you want more content just like this. And I will see you guys in the next video.